Re-encycling. To put these audio-visual mind maps into context, we should all watch the People's National Emergency Briefing film, which explains the environmental crises which we need to address now, as well as the political, financial, social, and religious ones. We can all do something, and here are examples inspired by Pope Francis' encyclical Laudato Si on caring for our common home, which is a document we should also read. Re-encycling is my framework for action, showing the ways we can promote our well-being and environmental solutions that lead to care for our common home. It's based on the octagon and its 10 powers or faculties that form complementary but opposing pairs. We must continually recycle through them if we are to achieve our personal and global well-being that is ecologically and economically sustainable. We need to use all our sensory powers to observe what is the matter with everything and act upon and apply the knowledge we obtain so that we can continually reduce or reject input that we might consume which is unnecessary, unhealthy, or unsustainable. We need to eat healthily, avoid waste, and reuse or react critically to what we produce as output. We need to be proactive and promote changes in existing courses of action that are both physical and social, individual and corporate, for example by demonstrations, marches, lobbying, etc. We need to continually use our powers to think about and interpret things, re-expressing our ideas so that we can continually rethink problems and restate solutions in more accessible and inclusive ways. We need to re-examine how we use our brains to find meaning, i.e. balancing left, right brain thinking and their corresponding powers, employ science, challenging dogma, and embrace the magisterium of both science and religion to find the knowledge of what is true. We need to be spiritually and holistically intelligent. We need to continually use our powers to differentiate parts and integrate things into wholes, finding their purpose, so that we can embrace the complexity of diversity, learning to repair and to repurpose stuff. We need to maintain our possessions properly, and when unusable for their original purpose, repurpose them or upcycle them. Most importantly, we need to allow our own bodies to repair themselves by taking preventative health and safety measures, avoiding unnecessary risks, and taking appropriate medicines when needed. We need to continually use our freedom to create new things and to control them, so that we can recreate new ideas and, whenever required, restrict their use. We need to allow ourselves time for personal recreation so that our mind, body and spirit can recreate themselves as well. We also need to accept and obey restrictions, laws, limits and regulations that we will inevitably have to follow as we develop new ideas and technologies so as to ensure that they are benign. We need to break habits and create new. We need to continually use our powers to reflect and relate so that we can reconnect inwardly with the divine by meditating and praying about all the issues and actions involved in caring for ourselves and our common home. We need also to reconnect outwardly, restoring and making new relationships, following the divine command to love God and others as we love ourselves and our environment. It's up to each one of us to renew our thinking and re-encycle everything continually.